During the early years of European colonization in the Americas, the area which today makes up the city of Hazleton sat at the intersection of two Native American trails. The Nanticoke Path was used by the Nanticoke people during their migration to and settlement of the Wyoming Valley, east of Wilkes-Barre. The Nescopec Path ran from the forks of the Delaware River to the Nescopec Creek. It was used by traders and missionaries, Delaware war parties, and settlers. During the height of the American Revolution in the summer of 1780, British sympathizers known as Tories began attacking the outposts of American revolutionaries located along the Susquehanna River in the Wyoming Valley. Because of reports of Tory activity in the region, Captain Daniel Claytor and a platoon of 41 men from Northampton County were sent to investigate. They traveled north from the Lehigh Valley along a path known as Warriors Trail, which is present-day Pennsylvania Route 93. This route connects the Lehigh River in Jim Thorpe, formerly known as Mock Chunk, to the Susquehanna River in Berwick. In the late 18th and early 19th centuries, the Warriors Trail was revamped and widened. It was renamed the Berwick Turnpike. Later, a road was built to connect Wilkes-Barre to McKeansburg. This road intersected with the Berwick Turnpike. An entrepreneur named Jacob Drumheller decided that this intersection was the perfect location for a rest stop. So in 1809, he built the first building in what would later be known as Hazleton. Though a few buildings and houses were erected nearby, the area remained a dense wilderness for nearly 20 years. At the time, the area offered little more than small-scale logging. Jacob Drumheller is buried at Conyngham Union Cemetery. In 1818, anthracite coal deposits were discovered in nearby Beaver Meadows by prospectors Nathaniel Beach and Tench Cox. This caught the attention of railroad developers in Philadelphia. A young engineer from New York named Ariovistus Arioparde was hired to survey the topography of Beaver Meadows and report the practicality of extending a railroad from the Lehigh Canal in Jim Thorpe to Beaver Meadows. Knowing that the area of Beaver Meadows was already controlled by Cox and Beach, Pardy bought many acres of the land in present-day Hazleton. The investment proved to be lucrative. The land contained part of a massive anthracite coal field. Pardy is known as the founding father of Hazleton because of these contributions, and initially laying out the patch town that eventually became Hazleton. Hazleton was incorporated as a borough on January 5, 1857. The borough's first fire company, the Pioneer Fire Company, was organized in 1867 by soldiers returning home from the American Civil War. Many small company towns, often referred to by locals as patch towns or patches, surrounded Hazleton. They were built by coal companies to provide housing for the miners and their families. Leading into the 20th century, Hazleton's population drastically changed. The boom period in population was 1885 to 1920. In 1860, there were only about 1,000 people in Hazleton, but by 1880, there were nearly 7,000 people, which quickly became 32,000 by 1920. After the 1900s and 1902 anthracite coal strikes, mine workers won some improvements to their working conditions, which they were able to build upon in ensuing contracts. The diversification of the city's economy stabilized the population by allowing miners to establish families in the area, with women and children often working in silk or shirt manufacturing for supplemental wages. Hazleton's major mining and garment industries have disappeared over the past 50 years. Through the efforts of Cando and a practical highway infrastructure, Hazel Township's Humboldt Industrial Park has become home to many industries. Coca-Cola, American Eagle Outfitters, Hershey, OfficeMax, Simmons Bedding Company, Michaels, Network Solutions, AutoZone, General Mills, Steelcase, Weir Minerals, EB Brands, and Amazon.com are just some of the large companies with distribution, manufacturing, or logistic operations in Hazleton. Today, the population of the city is at least stabilized, and with an increasingly diversified population and industrial base, the hope is that the proud town can thrive in the new century.